I was trying to actually start this with me wearing a helmet. Okay. So, the reason why the topic of today is to guard your mind. Okay. You have to guard your mind from the crap that the world is going to put into it. Okay. Because this right here is what the world typically wants to put into your head. It's a pile of shit. We are wired instinctively to survive. We, because we are the descendants of cave people, our instinct is to do whatever we have to protect ourselves from harm. Our brain was not made millions of years ago to teach us how to succeed. So, in a training I absorbed the other day, which I would be glad to send you the link from the guy who wrote The Millionaire Mind, he says, don't trust a thing you think. Yes, he says, don't trust a thing you think because almost everybody's thoughts come from a file system that is filled full of information that was put into their head by other people. Now, some of us have made the conscious decision to decide, and I'm holding up the book again, to choose to win. And the way that we have chose to win is to decide who gets the right to put shit into our head. So, when you are listening to the news or or when you're watching social media or listening to a friend, a so-called friend, if these guys share some things with you that you know good and well is a line of poo that you don't want to keep into your head, or if you have a self doubt pop into your head momentarily like a balloon, you can choose to either keep that balloon as part of your party, or you can choose to reach up there with a pen and go pop and get rid of the balloon and just say, thanks for sharing. That's it. Everybody's got the right to their opinion, but you know what? We got the right to choose what sticks. So you can either have bad shit in your brain, or you can choose to put good shit into your brain. And you got to guard what goes in there. And almost more importantly, what you allow to stay without paying rent. Is the stuff that's rattling around in your brain going to get you one step closer to what you want? If what you want is to be happy and fulfilled and healthy, hopefully financially free, if the stuff that you're absorbing in your travels isn't contributing to your success, choose to unload it. Get rid of the baggage. And the more baggage you get rid of, if you think about carrying a proverbial suitcase through your life, the more shit you get rid of that you don't really need, it makes room for more good stuff. So essentially, today, the subject out of Choose to Win is to guard your mind, guard what goes in, guard what gets to stay. And one of the most important things is controlling the monkeys that are running around in your head. If you have a bad self esteem monkey, throw his ass out of the circus because he's not helping you at all. And when you get rid of the bad self esteem monkey, you open up a chair at the table for the good self esteem monkey. So that's essentially what the topic of today is, as we're getting between pages 55 and 66 ish, is how to guard what goes into your mind. And um, there's actually one phrase in here that if you were to just write this down over and over and over and over and over and live by it, it would change your world. Write down what you're going to intentionally do. Remember, the goal is to replace a small habit, a small bad habit, with a small good habit, and do this over and over again until you transform into a completely new person. There, guys, show's over. You don't need me anymore because it's that simple. I am seriously looking for places in my world where I can change little things because there is a book, I've never even read it. It says, sweat the small stuff and the big stuff will take care of itself. So um, they refer to somebody that watches TV 2 hours a day. They say if you consciously replace your 2 hours a day and you replace 15 minutes of it by either listening to a podcast or maybe a show. Maybe some people are starting their day with my show in the stuff that I'm absorbing versus watching Stupivision so that they can find out all the crazy shit that's going on in the world that they can't change. Um, but that's the example that they use is just replacing 15 minutes of television every day. They also say change your self talk by stopping negative self talk and replacing it with reading one of the Ziegler self talk cards each morning with your coffee, which takes 3 minutes a day. Guys, I think that we really all need to think about how to guard our minds. That is the one piece of real estate on the planet that you are 1000% in control of. And it doesn't matter what goes flying by, you get to decide what sticks. Um, I am becoming aware of many things that I've had rattling around in my head for a lot of years that make no sense. And the only way that I'm going to fix it is by replacing them one thought at a time. I do want to remind everybody that your mind is absorbing what you allow it to be exposed to at all times. Your deepest thoughts, like the ones that you have in your sleep or in your dreams, or the ones that rattle around in the back of your mind, again, guys, remember there is no filter. I laid in bed last night and said repeatedly, I make 100 dials a day, 100 dials a day. I'm good at dialing. I enjoy dialing. And I just kept saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it until I finally went to sleep. My subconscious doesn't know any better. If I keep telling my subconscious that long enough, I'm going to start believing it. When I start believing it, my checkbook's going to start telling me that I believe it. What does everybody here need to convince their subconscious of that they can tell their subconscious every morning and every night until it turns into what you want? Another example that he referred to in here was that he needed to lose some weight. One of the things that he did was he made one of his daily habits to read for 15 minutes about healthy foods, workouts, or different things like that, so that he started exposing himself to the quality information, so that then he had quality information to leverage. It became a higher level of awareness. And because he was aware of it, he was able to adapt a different mindset about his diet and his physical fitness. So if you just start studying something, sooner or later, even if you are the absolute most bullheaded person on the planet, sooner or later, there's gonna be a little bit of it that sticks, and a little more, and a little more, and a little more. And then one of these days, you're gonna run into somebody you haven't seen in 5 years. And you're gonna know, and they might even say it. Holy shit, are you the same person? Yeah. My inner badass was waiting for the day to come out. And when I finally decided to give it permission, boom, this is it. Isn't that cool? It's back to the same psychology of letting yourself out of the cage. Give yourself the keys. The keys to get out of the cage are guarding what you put in your head. Knowledge of how to do things is part of it. For most of us, it's not that we don't know what to do. It's not even that we don't know how to do it. We don't believe that we deserve to succeed on a grand scale. Let's play this game. Let's say you don't deserve it. But why don't you go out there and just show the world that it's possible? Just so that you can show them that they could do it. If you think somebody on the planet does deserve it, just go show them what's possible so that they'll know that they can do whatever they want to do as long as they're willing to invest the time to learn, as long as they're willing to be bullheaded, not give up, and not listen to the bullshit that the world is going to feed them. And they say, get out of my way. Thank you. Guys, I hope this helps. My mission is to help people go through mental walls. I don't want you to go around them or under them or even over them, because then the wall still exists. I want to help people go through the wall and eliminate it. So, guys, I hope that helps. I'm here because I think every day about how much better my life would have been if I'd have had somebody helping me start my business and helping me with the things that I needed to learn in order to make it a success without all the agony that I had to go through to get there. Um, if there's anything that I can help you guys to, if you guys have got some mental walls that you're not busting through, call me, private message me, something. And again, I'm not saying I'm the expert. What I will tell you is I've got access to 30,000 coaches around the planet. Somebody knows how to deal with your unique circumstances. No, probably guess that they're not that unique. We're probably all in the same bucket of crap, fighting with the same stuff. It's belief, which motivates you to go after the answers, and then the belief to follow through. I'm that's I know that that sounds incredibly simple in changing little habits, little bad habits into little good habits so that you can truly become who you deserve to become so that you can do the things that you need to do to have the shit you deserve. So, guys, I hope that helps. I appreciate you being here. I will see you tomorrow. The subject tomorrow is spiritual. Choose your principles and your values. The spiritual principles and values you choose to live by either limit or unleash your potential. Be an interesting conversation. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have fun.